Hi everyone, it's Ria with a aeroplane. Yes, toys are my thing. This is something I use in my live sessions to help people to realize their value, believe it or not, because that's what this video is about. It's about realizing your value, realizing how valuable you are, and communicating it out into the world. Because people invest, we all invest in what's valuable. Okay, so we have to perceive something as valuable, and whoever is selling it to us needs to really believe that it's valuable for us to believe that too. Okay, so value is a really important thing. And I was watching a Jim Rohn video this morning that I really love, and it's all about really realizing your own value. And taking it out there. So yeah, really it was inspired by that. So I thought I'd do this video following on from that as well. Sorry, my hair's in my eyes. So I thought I'd start with this plane. I use this as an activity to get people to kind of get back in touch with themselves as a child, because as children we didn't really sit there and doubt ourselves all the time, or procrastinate, or think, oh well, I've got this idea but actually I'm not going to do anything with it because I'm not really sure that's going to work. We didn't do that. We just went straight for it and to see what would happen, and we learned from our mistakes. So this is an activity I use with clients to get them to kind of step away from the adult mind for a second and get back in touch with their creative selves, where there's almost like a fearlessness and freedom to be who you are, which is at the core of my brand, as you know, because my penguin is called Bee. She's the creative penguin, and she creates everything from a place of of being who she is. So I thought I would start this video with a plane. So yeah, here we go. Yeah, that's gone now. So let's get down to the actual topic, which is realizing your value, realizing how valuable you are, and communicating it out into the world. So how do you do that? I mean, it sounds great, doesn't it? But how do you actually do that? So let's break it into two parts. So first of all, it's realizing your own value. Okay. So the thing is, you can't communicate something that you don't know yourself. You can't share something, you can't tell the world anything that you don't know yourself, okay? So if you don't know your own value, and I'm not saying that you don't know your value at all, but if on the particular day and that moment that you're sharing your value and your message, if you aren't in touch with that, then it's not going to connect. You're not going to send your value out there, so people aren't going to see it and feel it. Whereas constantly connecting to you as a person, what's important to you, and what your core message is to take out into the world, what your brand stands for. That's what all this is about. So we often get confused on what your brand stands for and what a brand actually is, but this is what a brand can actually do for you. It's so powerful, because when you stand for something and you always keep connecting to that value. So when you stand for something, you're standing for, you're saying that this is valuable because I believe in something because, and you're really putting some energy into that. So taking your message out into the world from a place of standing for something changes your messaging. So really tapping into that, it's always asking why am I doing what I'm doing? Why is it so important for me to take this out into the world? Who is it going to benefit, and why is it going to benefit them so much? And why is it so important that they choose me to do this? Why am I so right for doing this? And there'll be so many different reasons. It will be your life experience, your work experience, your personality, your unique style, and it can be a combination of all of this stuff. And there's a reason why they should pick you, and there's a reason why you're really right to help them with something. So it's really tapping into that and what you stand for, what is so important to you. That's going to be important to your clients as well, to your customers. They're going to connect to your values and your purpose and that thing that's really important to you to get out into the world. It's a bit like when you stand, when you're, I don't know, if you're Greenpeace or something like that, you stand for something, you believe in something, and so you go out there and you take your message out there and you tell everyone. Well, your business is very similar in that sense. You want to really believe in something, and as small business owners, it comes back down to us as a person, because a business is started from one person, whether it stays like a small to medium-sized business or it grows into a huge corporation. It starts with a person and what they believe in, and that belief then needs to follow through into everything you do. So it needs to follow through into your products and your services, and into your marketing, your messaging, your ads, whatever you're getting out there and doing. It needs to be consistent, and consistency, we hear a lot about being consistent in marketing. It doesn't just mean have the same graphics and have write same stuff, have the same photo. It's not just about that. It's about getting it to connect to that core message, or what your brand stands for, what you stand for, what you're really trying to get out into the world. Why you're in business in the first place. I mean, you could go and get a job, but you're not. You're doing something that's really important to you. So why is that? And it's tapping into that every single day. So really realizing what your value is, and we really have to believe in ourselves. So it's a real self kind of development journey, personal development journey, where you can't run a business from a place of not believing in yourself. You can't really think, well, some people will buy from me if I just put the right stuff out there and somebody does my marketing for me, or somebody does my branding for me and makes me a nice logo or a website. That's not the way it's going to work. It has to come from you as a person. You need to champion your business. You need to get it out there and say, you know what, this is important because you should listen to me, because I can help you, because and it's filling in those gaps and really knowing why you are the right person for the job, and why it's so important to you to help people with this issue, with this problem, with this thing that you have to offer. So the biggest part of it is realizing it, and not just realizing it once, but realizing it again and again and again, and always staying in touch with it. I mean, if you think about it, that's the way a real strong brand, a strong company really works. Do you think Apple kind of, said, oh yeah, we think different, and then never thought about it again? No, they think different in absolutely every single thing that they do. That's why it connects, because they're not just saying, oh, okay, well, why do we do what we do, and then just putting it away on a piece of paper somewhere or sticking it on their website. No, they are infusing it into absolutely every single message that they get out there. So that's why it's such an important thing to keep coming back to. It's not something to be forgotten. So that's the first part of it. So realizing your value, realizing how valuable you actually are, because we are so valuable and we have so much to offer. And if we could see it ourselves, then others can see it. But the first step is to see it yourself, because the world is a projection of who we are. So the first step is to see it yourself. And so there's lots of activities I do with clients to help them to see themselves, almost kind of turning yourself inside out and seeing what it is about you that's so amazing, what your message is, and what you need to get out there. And then it's infusing that into all of your communication of it. So that's when you start thinking about, okay, well, how can I get this message across in my website and in my products and services, in all of my social media marketing, in my videos, in my networking, every single thing. And it becomes so much easier once you're really in touch with why you're doing what you're doing. It really becomes a lot easier once you are connected to what you stand for and why you're in business and why this is so important to you, because it just has a different energy behind it, because you want to make that difference in the world that only you can make in your own style. So the energy changes there. So that's when you have that's when you can communicate it in that way. So the biggest part of it is realizing it and knowing what those messages are, and that's what I work with people on. And then communicating it out there, it's always relating it back to what you realize your value to be. So it's always kind of thinking, okay, well, I'm going to put a social media post out there. Does that actually communicate my values, my purpose? Does it connect visually to that? Does it connect? Am I saying that in words? Is my video connected to that? What am I actually saying here? is that in connection and in alignment with what my business actually is here to do, what I'm here to do, what my core passion and purpose is, why I really want to help people. Because there's no point in connecting with people if they're not going to connect, if they're not, if it's not in the way that you want them to connect to your business. So if it's not in the way that you can really help them, and if it's not a message that's going to inspire them and help them in their business, help them in their life, then you're kind of missing a trick. So it's always connecting back to your why, to your purpose, to your brand story, and to every single thing you put out there. It's got to resonate with who you are as a person, so your personality and your style. Is it you? That is what I would be asking all the time. Is this me? Is this like me, or is this like somebody else? Am I copying somebody else, or am I missing something here? Does this resonate with me? Because if it doesn't resonate with me, it's not going to resonate with anyone else. So it's really getting that alignment through and through. So yeah, there we go. So I hope that's been useful. Please let me know how you are communicating your value out there, and how connected you feel to your brand, to your business, to your overall important message that you are out there to tell the world. What is it that's making you put your energy into this business and make it work? What is that really important message to you that you either are getting out there or you're not getting out there? But what is it? Because you do know it's inside of you. And, are you actually being true to yourself and getting that out there? Because that's what your brand is, and that's what your marketing relies on to connect with your audience. So if you're struggling with connecting with ideal clients, ideal customers, or you're struggling to get clients, you're struggling in communicating your message, all of that stuff, there's something that you're missing. There's a missing link, and it's possibly that you're not connecting it to why people should choose you, and what is it about you, what's the value that you have to offer, what is your important message, and why you're doing what you're doing. So that could be the missing link. If you want to learn a bit more about that, and you want some help communicating your business and really infusing that passion and purpose into it, and seeing what it is about you that's so valuable that we can take out there and take into the world, then get in touch. You can apply for a free session. It's an application because I only work with a few clients at a time. So you can apply for a free session. There's 2 programs. One is a foundation for a month, and the other one is a 3-month-long program where we work on absolutely everything. So it's a full-on project. The first one, the month-long program, is more of a foundation program that still we work on practical goals in both of them, but one of them is a longer term project. So if you've got a bigger project that you want to work on, then that's the one. But if you've got a smaller, if you just want to infuse your brand story and your purpose into everything you do and reach a practical goal at the same time, then the first one is the foundation program for a month, and I would love to help you with either of those. So whatever your business goals are, I'm a business consultant and coach, so I can help you with those. But we relate every single thing back to your core purpose, your brand story, your what your brand stands for, and we get that real alignment and connection through everything. So you still achieve your practical goals, but you do it from a place of real connection, and that's when it starts really working. So I'll put the link in the in the comments or whatever it is. And I will speak to you soon. Take care. Thank you so much for watching. And I hope that's really helped you, because I've loved doing that video. Take care, guys. Bye.